I have, especially with my family setup of expectations is like that. What's the word? Um, I don't know what's the like black bourgeoisie type. Yeah, like
okay.
you know, like hey,
and she's Haitian, so yeah. So you add that on top of
yeah. So like that growing up and being raised to assimilate that, and also which is the story of most immigrants. They have their children here in America and they want their children to assimilate. They don't want them to have the same struggle that they had with accents or coming from a different country. So assimilating was was a strong message, more so in action and less with words. But when when words were used, it was talk more white, or if I speak proper English because I'm born American, like, oh, you sound like a white person. That's good.
Why gotta be that when it's just proper English?
It's just proper English.
Right.
In America.
Right. I'm speaking proper English.
I'm speaking proper English. So, but which causes a whole other challenge because then you become too American to be Haitian, and so you get into all of that. But you don't fit in. Yeah. Are you sure you're part of us? Yeah. But then of course I'm raised Haitian with Haitian like values, so that I'm not too American for the American people. So it gets interesting. Okay. I love them both, but that was growing up. So now it's like no, it doesn't matter what your standards are. It doesn't matter whoever we're talking to, because this conversation we're having is how I grew up being Haitian, but even growing up being American, the environment I grew up in to assimilate was having straight hair. You know? Gotcha. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna have locks.
Okay. And she's transcending even her family dynamics with having locks, cause
it's gonna be interesting.
So it's big. It's really big.
I'm going to a wedding in May. By then I'll be what? I think what? 5, 6 months? 5 months?
You close December,
And it's going to be a family
5 months
event. Yeah, and I think it's going to be interesting because even with me showing up with locks, I'm probably getting my hair retwisted the day before for that. That's the wedding.
Okay, gotcha.
That's going to be different. Normally I'll say honestly, normally in the past, I'll just go wash it. Because I'm still simple, y'all. Like, I think that's a thread.
Simple is not a bad thing, but she's really low-key, low maintenance, And people say different things about the reasoning behind wanting locks. But at the end of the day, it's what your reasoning is. But the deal is with her, even though she's low maintenance, really, she's not the hair type like, some people you gotta have this style and that style. She's simple. She's low key, not fussy about her hair. Yeah. So this really works for her.
Yes.
And the flip side of it is she spends the resources to make sure it's done. So it's not like, okay, I'm low maintenance, low key, don't want to do my hair. No, she's having it done.
Yeah.
She's setting aside the time to ensure that it gets done. So she does value it.
Yeah.
She just doesn't value doing it herself.
Amen.
So
Amen to that. Yeah.
That's what I want to share. So
and also integrity and quality, everything.
Okay,
that's
so the new word for perfection is integrity and quality. So her perfection is an integral, is there quality there. So that's what perfection means to her.
Yes.
So with that, we're getting into the journey journal, the locked and loaded journey journal. We're going to talk about a few things in that, and then we're going to close it out so that we can get on this retwist.
Yes.
For those of you who are tuning in, I'm Beate the Barber Stylist. I'm located in Columbia, South Carolina, more specifically the city of Irmo, just outside of Harbison. I offer private services or private appointments, as well as appointments in the barbershop. I'm part of the No Grease franchise here in Columbiana Mall. Diane is my client now for over a year. She started with me two strand twists, but she's been talking about locks the whole time. not knowing that she was leading up to it, but she had questions about it. So I provided her with resources, reading materials, and different things to answer her questions, provide any, insight on any curiosity she may have had, and of course me as a reference, and then me connected to my mentors like Tondo Kafele and April B out of Atlanta. But nonetheless, she's been with me that long. She just started her locks in December, of course. We're 12 weeks and 3 days out. Yes. So we're we're journaling this process video-wise as an organic discussion. We're talking about her experience through this process as well as mine as a newly licensed barber stylist, meaning under 5 years. I specialize in natural hair care, starter lock and lock maintenance. So this is kind of what we're doing, and I thought, hey, let's just jump on and go through this process and allow those of you who are considering locks, have started locks, to see it from a different vantage point. So with that being said, this journal that we're utilizing is a dear friend of mine who is a licensed hair braider. She's currently stationed, she's not active duty, but she's a Department of Defense employee, and she's written a book. She has locks, so she's written a book, and we're utilizing it. I know her, and yes, I'm a promoter, because I know her. But not only that, it's a great tool, and we decided to utilize this through her journey and use the information within to discuss it as well. So with that, any budding. From here, I can see some budding. Because of her texture, she has a little more frizziness, and that's because it's really soft. And then our weather's been raining a lot here, but nonetheless, it's still part of the process. Tora talked about styling locks. There are a lot of pros and cons about styling locks during this process or at this phase along the journey. I'm kind of with my mentor on it. Just let it be. Allow the locks to form. However, I do have some individuals who have started and they do want styles. So what I do, I wait till it's long enough to style. I will not style starter locks under a certain length if they're not long enough. One is too much tension, so I prefer to allow the locks to just be as they are in their this stage. However, if the client insists, I will style the locks for them. One is what they want. They're paying me to provide them with the service. Now they know they're gonna hear my mouth. I'm gonna talk to them about it, and they may have to wait a couple times, and that client know who they are. But anyway, I love them. That's so I will do that, but I'll wait till it's at a stage and phase within the process that I'm not putting tension on the hair just to get a style. Okay, so she does ask about that, and as I said, there are pros and cons to styling locks during the starter lock process. And as I said, I tend not to do it. Like for her locks are long. They can be styled, however, because they're still forming, I would recommend not styling them. That's just me. So just embrace the look. Allow it to do what it do. And when it gets to that point, yes, you're going to have all the time. You're going to have the life of your locks to style them. So don't worry about it. She also talks about apple cider vinegar rinse. Because I am caring for her hair, at this point, she doesn't need a detox. One, I'm maintaining it. Two, she barely uses anything on her hair, so she's not concerned with buildup. However, with the environment, things that fly around, taking on and off your clothes. You do have to be mindful of things getting enlarged into the lock. So I tell them, when you're taking off your clothes, you put them on, either cover your hair or be mindful of how you take on and take off items on your head or over your head, so that if you see it, you can catch it and remove it right away. But for those who decide that they want to use products outside of, their retwist, their maintenance, stay away from creamy products, stay away from heavy products, just try to stay away from, less is more. Less really is more. And I bring that up because when you start to put on and put all this stuff in, it does cause buildup. And oftentimes you don't see it. I see it when I bring you to the shampoo bowl to rinse you out, to shampoo your hair, and then whoop, there it is. Right there. Then I got to take it back to the bowl, and then we got to work it, which brings me to, I'm not being paid for this product, but I'm going to tell you why I selected the product to actually use. Now, many people know apple cider vinegar. You use your apple cider vinegar and your baking soda. You mix it all together, you put it in the hair, you do all of those things. Do people measure it? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they just dump it on and, let it fizz up and do what it do and then keep it moving. Well, I had to go get some products from Sally's. If you read my book, I used to work for Sally Beauty as a beauty consultant. But nonetheless, I went over to pick up some products from them, and I noticed this product, What You Like, apple cider, it's cleansing apple cider vinegar rinse, and they had buy two get one. Okay, I had my points, so I decided to try it. And the reason why I decided to try it, because I think working smarter, not harder. Not to say that I have not used apple cider vinegar and baking soda before, but I wanted to give it a try. One, I've been seeing the product. I knew when it came on the market, worked in the store, and I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. So to get to the point, I actually picked up a bottle, like I said, because I used to work for them. I saw the buy two get one. I had the points, the dollar amount rather. So I went ahead and purchased them, and I actually used it. And how I use it is, I take the product, I saturate the base, the root of the lock. I allow the client to sit in the chair, and I just work it through. I work it through the lock. So I actually maneuver the lock up and down to loosen up any dirt and debris and any buildup in the product. If I need a little bit more, it has this nozzle on it. I'm able to go in and do that. So the other reason why I bring this up is too, when I'm sitting them in the chair and I'm doing the detox, I'm able to work it through, and then I let it sit for the recommended time. I take them to the shampoo bowl, shampoo it, use a moisturizing shampoo, and then go into that process. Honestly, y'all, I really like it. I really do. So, Miss DeBrat, it's all that. It really is. It is. It is. And like I say, I'm being funny, I'm being facetious about it, but hear me out, y'all. When I saw it, I was like, okay, let me give this a try, because I don't have time to be lugging all that other stuff to the barbershop and then trying to, here at the house, old school, here at the house, you ain't got to go no further, but hey, it works. It works. Okay. Thank you for this. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. So I have used it. She will eventually get a lock detox, but at this point, she really doesn't need it. So that is recommended. Once again, less is more. The less you put in, the less you got to worry about building up. So that does that. So the other side of it, if your loctician is taking that care and attention and looking at it, they're going to see it. Okay. So they'll be able to handle it before it gets too bad, especially if you're coming on a regular basis, like you should, to get your maintenance. So you don't have to worry about it. The flip side of it is, make sure you're not using a lot of product. Make sure you ensure that you're being mindful of how you take on and take off your clothes and what's going on in the environment. If you see something, like they say something. Well, if you see it, remove it right away. You won't have to worry about it. So I've talked about that. This is what I use as of right now. As I say, I'm not being paid for it. Oftentimes people don't like to promote products, but it works. I used to work for Sally's. I saw it. I had the dollar points. You know how you get 5, 10, 15, 20. I think I had like $50. So I bought 2, got 3. I mean, got 3 total, but bought 2 and got 1 free. So I decided that I would utilize it that way and maximize my reward dollars to get the product. And it has been very useful. I post a picture of a client that I used it on. I had to take him back to the chair and work it out. I just say that, work it out. All right, so I talked about how I used it, what I do while I'm using it, and then let me just jump back to the other question, a comment that Tora talked about in there with 2-strand twist, starting locks with 2-strand twist. What I have found, I have a client that has been started with 2-strand twist locks, and I know it feel like I'm jumping around, but it's still related. He started with 2-strand twists back in June the 3rd. Today makes 9 months. See, I'm tracking them. Mm-hmm. And today makes 9 months. He started with 2-strand twists. I retightened his locks yesterday. And when I say the example of less is more, I'm going to post his picture as well. Less is more. His scalp looked healthy. His locks, what I want to get to, they are consistent from root to end. Well, not quite the new growth, because the new growth is coming in. But they're consistent. They're solid all the way through. And that's what I want to share with you. Now, the locks become solid over time. The method that you use to start them, I guess you can say, dictates how soon or how later, along with your texture and the density of your hair and how they begin to form. It takes time, but they look so pretty. They look so good. Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up. And they're solid internally through the root all the way through the shaft. It's all the way through, and they look really good. So I want to share that with you
because I get excited about where.
So I'm looking at how yours. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. But that's what we have for today's third lock retwist. We're gonna get into that here shortly. As I'm looking at them, I have not physically touched her hair yet, but from here it looks good. There is some frizz. It's not as bad as what it was when she left New York and came back to the Carolinas, but it does look good. They look healthy. I'm excited for this journey. I hope you are as excited to continue to follow along with us as we go through the next, 9 months now, because you're at 3-month mark.
Yeah.
So we thank you all for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you all's continued support throughout this process. If you have any questions, just comment below and do share the video. We really appreciate it. So we've hit on the budding. She has a little bit that I can see. She does have a lot of frizziness. We talked about that. We discussed lock styling, as Miss Tora mentioned in her book, Locked and Loaded. There are pros and cons about it. I'm doing a quick recap. There's some pros and cons about it. Me personally, If it's not past a certain length, I will not style it because it's putting too much tension on the hair. And once it gets past that length, I still do try to encourage my lock clients not to style. But if they're insistent or persistent with it, then I will, because they're paying me to provide them a service. So I will honor that for them, but I wait till it get to a certain length before I get into styling. And that's just my personal preference. Apple cider vinegar rinse is recommended via the Journey Locked and Loaded Journey Journal. At this time, it's recommended. But I say the less is more. The less products you use, the less you have to worry about buildup. But you do have to be mindful of the environment, taking on and off your clothes so that you can catch it when you see it, so that it doesn't get enlarged. And then once again, if you have a loctician who's caring and doing that attention to details, they'll see what's going on and they'll be able to handle it and take care of it right away. I did say that I do have an apple cider vinegar rinse product that I use. It's via Kaleidoscope, the brand What You Like. And I'm going to tell you, I like a whole lot. It's good. And it's formulated perfectly. It can be used on braids, twists, wigs, weaves, and ponytails. But I purposely use it on my lock clients because this is something that is used. I am mindful of it because, like I say, the makeup of apple cider vinegar and all of that stuff can be very drying. So I do come back in to moisturize the locks, to hydrate them, do a steam treatment if needed, to ensure that the moisture is there and that the hair is healthy and is taken care of. But this is my go-to. I told y'all how I did it, why I did it. Thanks Sally for my dollars because I was able to try a new product. That's the benefit of having that experience, because I do stay informed as much as possible about new products and different things that are on the market. So that's what we use, and that's all we have. I'm grateful. I'm looking forward to this lock journey. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I am Yate, the barber stylist, located here in Columbia, South Carolina. In the Harbison area, I work with no grease. I also offer personal and private appointments. I do travel. I have some clients that I take care of, and I go see them. But nonetheless, thank you, Diana. I'm so grateful for what you've learned, especially within this last week, about commitment to the lock process, your commitment to you, your commitment to really embracing it, even though you was worrying a bit, should I let my fiance do this retwist so that I can look a certain way? And you just said, you know what? This is part of the process. This is what my experience is. This is lifelong, as you can see it. Let me just embrace this. And then afterwards, you found out it really wasn't as bad as you thought it was. And the last thing that I want to say that she brought up was redefining perfection. Loyalty and integrity and quality. Yes. That's deep. Integrity and quality. Yes. All right. We've been on a minute. I want to say thank you once again. Thank you to my replay viewers, those of you who are catching this on the replay. Comment below. Let us know what your thoughts are on this process. Do share the video and continue to follow this journey as we go, utilizing the Locked and Loaded Journey book with Shantora Butler Thomas now, Mrs. Thomas. Thank you all for your continued support. Like I said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And that's it. And y'all know me. Remember to embrace your natural hair and celebrate your real roots with Real Roots love and Real Roots pride. Until next time, enjoy. Leave your comments. Don't forget to hit that like button as well as follow. More content to come. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna let you pick the.
Yes.
I'm gonna let that was deep.
That was.
We went a little longer, but
it's fine. That's why I didn't anything, but
okay,
I feel like
we went a little longer.
Later,
we got it
after the retwist. Cause I probably if it's still on my spare, but
yeah, you good. Like, so this is what I got.
Okay.
Third retwist on Starter Locks. Check in. Diana's back for her third lock retwist. Let me make sure that there's not too many spaces. It's been 12 weeks and 3 days, y'all. What's happening now? What's going on with the locks? Let's talk about this lock journey as a newbie and a barber stylist. This is a live discussion of starting locks along with a barber stylist, loctician's insight, guidance, and discoveries. Chime in and share your thoughts and comment below. Click link in bio for t-shirts, to purchase my book, or to book service with me. Thanks in advance for watching the replay. And don't forget to like and share this IG live broadcast. Y'all take my stylist comment. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get you. Select your cover.
Okay.
What you want to put on there. Yeah, and you can slide it back and forth too. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even talk about the book, but it's showing in the background.
Yes.
Oh shucks.
I think sometimes that's good too, to not over.
Let me. Oh, this almost an hour. Let me stop that one.